Hello there, my name's Karen and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I have a really lovely kind of soft flow for you today, all about developing your intuition and working in trusting yourself and just being your own support network, which is something that we all need at times. So I have with me quite a few props today. So if you need to pause the video and just grab what you need, then you're so welcome to do that. I've got myself a yoga strap and I'm going to make this strap into a big loop. So I'm going to thread my strap through the two silver metal bits and then bring it together. So you make this one continuous loop that can be adjusted. So if you don't have a yoga strap, do not worry. You can perhaps use a dressing gown belt or a strap without looping it, and you won't get the full effects of the posture, but that might be totally fine with you. And if you have any neck issues, just taking a hamstring stretch will probably be the best option for you. That will all make sense as we go along. So we've created this loop, or you have your strap or dressing gown belt. We just place it by our sides. I have a block here just to help raise the ground up if I need a little bit of support. This practice is all about building that sense of support. So quite important that we have the props to support ourselves, and a nice thick chunky kind of blanket or cushion, and that's going to be for your precious knees. So we're going to start with some wall space. So just practicing near a wall that you can just reach out to, and we're going to meditate with our back against the wall for that extra added support. So you can take your blanket and just literally sit on it for comfort, and then just making sure that you are very comfortable as you ease your back against the wall. It's just quite nice to have that reminder to have your spine nice and straight, to feel that sense of connection, to feel that sense of support, especially if you're feeling a little out of sorts today or a little all over the place in need of some grounding. So just arrive here in your practice in this space with the support against the back. You could be in a chair as well, that would work. And just start to assess how you feel today physically. A little body scan from the crown of your head down into the tips of your toes. How do you feel? And then keeping your eyes closed, just listening to the sound of my voice, bring your hands up towards the face and just take your fingertips and just lightly begin to massage the forehead and brow. So you're just softly sweeping your fingertips like you're tracing an arc just above the eyebrows, smoothing out the skin there, helping to ease any tension that you might be feeling. And then bring it a little bit more centralized towards that third eye space, and then just press the fingers lightly in that arc. One more time, finding that third eye space. And then easing your fingertips down towards the temples. And we'll just take a few gentle rotations, massaging any tension away from the temples. Let's go back the other way. Keep the breath slow and fluid whilst you do this. And then gently ease your fingertips down to the nape of the neck. So it's like you're tracing your hairline here. Just give your fingers a little rub around the hairline, just a little bit of self-massage here. You might feel a little bit of tingling sensation as you gently stroke the fingertips upwards along the neck, along the back of the neck. It feels so nice. And then we ease our fingers all the way back to the temples once again. And then bring your fingertips to that third eye space, and just one last time, smooth the brow. And then gently release your hands around your knees and just start to broaden through the collarbones. Just feel that uplift through the chest, the support of the wall behind you. And we've dealt some little bit of housekeeping for our physical body, but let's go a little bit deeper than that to our emotional body. to what we feel. And very often in life, we have these instincts, these gut feelings where we're like, oh, I wish I'd have done that. I should have listened. I want us to develop that connection to that part of yourself today. So, we're going to do this in this meditation by visualizing first that there is a flickering flame at the center of your heart. Each time you breathe, you feel that flame brighten, become more vivid, become more alive. This represents your intuitive body, that little voice inside you that just always knows. With every breath, feel that power of your intuitive body grow. And then think of it traveling with your breath. So as you inhale, feel it traveling up through to the third eye space located at the center of your brow. And as you exhale, that energy moves back to the heart. Breathing in, feeling that light, that flickering flame move to the third eye space. And then gently easing back down again. So you have this balanced relationship between what you feel and what you think. Developing a sense of trust between your logical thinking mind and that deeper intuitive thought. So let's just stay observing our breath and just feeling that rise and fall and that pull of energy from the heart to the third eye and back again. We're going to develop this power of trust now by some alternate nostril breathing. So a really wonderful practice for you to feel balanced and aligned, especially if the mind is very busy. So I'm not going to mirror you with this. So it might look like I'm doing a different hand, but doing with what I'm voicing. So I'm going to take my right hand towards my face, even though it might look like my left hand. Bring the first two fingers to that third eye space and maybe just give it a little massage, rotating one way and then maybe rotating the other way. And then gently releasing, bringing your thumb to the right nostril and your left nostril will be covered by your ring finger and little finger. We're going to just breathe normally through both nostrils first of all. Take a big breath in. And then exhale normally out through the mouth. From here, we're going to block the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale steady through the left. When all the air comes in, block that nostril gently and hold the breath at the third eye space, developing this intuitive thought. And then ease it softly out through right. All the air goes out. Inhale steadily and sweetly through the right nostril still. Block the nostril and hold right at the third eye space. Let that intuition magnify. Let it brighten. Exhale, ease out through the left. Inhale gently left. Hold, let it magnify at your third eye space. And then exhale, slowly release it out through right. We're going to do one more round, so let it all go. Inhale through right. Hold and let that power, that intuition build here at the third eye space. And then gently release out through the left. Releasing your hand softly away from the face, keeping your eyes closed, bringing that right hand and wrapping it around the right knee. And just observe how you feel. Maybe there's a sense of balance at the center of your brain. Maybe nothing's changed at all, as long as you're observing. That is all our yogic practice is asking of us. That truthful, honest observation. Taking a few moments here to feel the effects of that pranayama. And then just bring your hands together and just slowly begin to rub the palms together, creating your own heat, your own friction, your own warmth. Slowly releasing now those hands and just placing them over the eyes, and just feel that you are allowing that darkness to bathe through the eyelids. And then maybe taking your hands away, maybe looking down towards the mat in front of you, maybe blinking your eyes just a little open. And we can come away from that seat of meditation, but taking that connection with us as we flow. So feeling really into your intuitive body. Anything doesn't feel right, trust that inner voice. Okay, we're going to come away from that seat and we're going to go straight into quite a lovely stretch actually. First of all, for the shoulders, keep your blanket where it is. And from here, you're going to bring your knees on the blanket. And just bring your left hand, it doesn't matter which hand you do first, bend your left arm and place the palm of the hand onto the wall. And then you're going to slowly turn your chest away from it. So you're turning away to feel that release through the shoulder here. Now, the higher up you are, the easier it is with the elbow. That's you. So if you've got a shoulder injury, keep your elbow up. If you want to get a bit more depth and sensation, just gently draw that elbow down. And we're going to breathe into the chest, into the shoulder, gently pressing your palm against the wall just to feel that release. Just 2 more breaths here. And then slowly we ease out of that position. We just literally turn the body round so that we can do the other side. Bringing the other arm up now, pressing your palm against the wall. Now I have a shoulder injury in this arm, so I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with where I put the elbow. I'm just going to feel into it first of all. How does it feel? And then I'm going to start to turn away. So I'm just slightly turning my torso, my body away from the arm, and it's just a really nice stretch here. So just breathing into that space that you're cultivating and creating. Nice big full breaths into that space. Feeling like you're allowing the rotator cuff to open and expand. Particularly if you feel like you have some impingement there, it can be very common in our shoulder joint. And then slowly releasing that arm down. It should feel quite tingly and nice. Okay, from here, we're going to go and take a big stretch now for your quadriceps. So take this nice and slow. It's the reason why we have our block here. So I'm going to bring my blanket as close to the wall as possible. Then I'm going to take my left knee towards on top of that blanket for some support. Now I'm going to step my right foot to the edge. Again, I'm not mirroring you here, so if I look like I'm going a different way, just trust the sound of my voice. And then I'm going to bring my block underneath my hands. Now, if you're already like, wow, that is strong with that leg up behind you, stay with your hands on a support, or even, yes, having your hands on a support would be better. Now, the higher up you go, you can creep and bring your hands to the knee and be like, oh yes, there we go. Now I feel it. Or maybe you're really hypermobile. The more you push your body back towards that wall, the more sensation you're going to feel. Now, I'm really feeling it here, so I'm going to keep my hands here. I'm trusting my intuition and not trying to go with my thinking mind. I'm going more with what I feel. So just holding here, and you're probably feeling a lot, and that is totally fine. Just go with it, stay with it. Breathing into that thigh. Let's just take about 3 more breaths, I think. That would be good. And then slowly easing yourself back down towards the floor. And you're probably like, oh, thank goodness. Okay, taking yourself down away from that floor, nice and easy, or the wall rather. Bringing your blanket now right plushed up to the wall, and I'm going to bring my right knee onto the blanket, walking my foot as far up. If you can see me, my foot is going as far up the wall as I can get it. And then I'm going to step this left foot forward. Now, what you might find is one leg is a lot more stiff than the other. This was a little bit more of a tricky one for me. So remember, you can keep your hands on the blocks. Remember, you can sit up taller. You can push your body all the way back to the wall, but my thigh is not going to allow me to do that today. So be wherever you need to be without judgment of yourself, trusting that inner voice. You have the answers already. Breathe generously, breathe deeply. Imagine all that beautiful energy going into that quad. Let's just take 3 more big breaths. Okay, we're going to release down onto the earth now. Releasing that foot down, we're going straight into a forward fold. So just bringing your feet down to the earth. You can hold onto opposite elbows. You can take your peace fingers around the big toes and fall forward. Go with what feels right. You can hug the back of your legs. And I want you to just drop the chin down to the chest and just feel this lengthening through the whole back of your legs. Breathing here. Imagining energy coming up through the soles of your feet, all the way through the hamstrings, into the abdomen, into the heart space, down and out through the crown of the head. And then slowly begin to bend your knees as you peel your body very gently and slowly all the way up. Pushing down into the floor, feeling your chest rise, and then just feeling that sense of shoulders easing down the back. Okay, we're going to start to flow. I'm going to move a little bit towards the top of my mat and bring my block with me. Your blanket can just be pushed to one side. You might need it for Shavasana. Okay, so from here, we inhale, take our arms up to the sky. Exhale, take the right arm behind you. Maybe follow the gaze towards that right thumb, and then inhale back to center. Let's go the other way now, just expanding through the chest, through the heart. Lovely. Let's do that. And then bring our hands into prayer at that third eye, kind of offering up that intuition, that gift, that insight, and then gently fold down into the earth. Release your hands to the floor or hands to your shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back with your right leg. And from here, we lower that right knee down to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Now exhale, take your left arm forward, right arm back, expand through the chest, through the heart. Let's bring it all the way to center. And we'll do the same again, going the other way, opening out the body. Inhale back to center. Bring your hands into prayer at the third eye. Lift and offer that up, almost like a little mini back bend. And then slowly fold down on the inside of your leg here. Now, framing your left foot with both of your hands, you can choose to stay here, or you're going to push your right hand down to the floor, tuck the right toes, lift that leg, and then open your left arm up. So we're opening into this easy twist here. You can return that knee down to the floor, or you can turn to face forward. Inhale your arms up. And if you wobble a little, that's okay. Expand, taking that left arm out behind you. Inhale to center. Let's twist to the opposite direction. Inhale to center. Bring your hands into prayer. Offer that third eye space up to the sky, wobbling as you go, and then folding down on the inside of that leg. Bring your hands on the inside of that left foot now. Lower your right knee down to the floor. Inhale, sweep and lift your left arm all the way up. And then maybe you bring that foot in to hold that foot. If you need to, put a block underneath your hand that helps to raise the body up a little, and just hold. You can use your strap as well. Breathing into the quad, breathing into the chest. Feeling all that lovely releasing. And then we softly release down, bringing your hands on the inside of that leg, and we'll just move a little slower, going into the hip space in this moving lizard. And then maybe you drop a little deeper, either on your forearms, or you can use your blocks. You can stay nice and high. Let's just be a position that feels about right, trusting the guidance of feeling physical sensation rather than your intellect. Our intellect wants to sometimes push us through ego, or it wants to keep us too safe. Trust and go with what you feel today. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly easing out of that position, bringing your left leg all the way back behind you, keeping your bottom kind of sticking up towards the sky. Release your arms out forward and just melt your chest down towards the floor. Now, if you're noticing some tension in your arms, just bend the elbows a little bit. You can support your head with your block. I just want you to release and ease all that tension you might be feeling within the back of your body, especially at the top of your shoulders, where we carry so much tension. Let it melt away whilst you hold this posture. Anahata, or puppy pose, melting heart pose. And then begin to ease yourself away from that position, spreading through the hands. Tuck your toes and find your very first downward dog of this practice. So we can pedal the knees here, we can sway the head, we can really root down into our hands and let the head melt between the arms. Press your heels back towards the floor. If they don't touch, that's totally fine, but you want to feel that lengthening energy at the back of your hamstrings. On your next inhalation, your right leg sweeps up to the sky, lift it up, and then step it through between your hands, helping it if necessary. We're going to gently lower that left knee down to the floor. So from here, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Left arm comes forward, right arm goes back. Really expand through the heart now. Inhale, arms up to center. Let's go the opposite way. That feels maybe a little easier, but we can get into the hips. We sweep the arms up and then bring your hands into prayer at that third eye space. You can take this gentle back bend here by pressing your hips forward, or you can leave that out. And then we bring our hands down. So we melt that forehead down to the floor, releasing the hands here. You can keep this left knee on the ground, or we tuck the toes, making it a bit more dynamic as we sweep the right arm up to the sky, finding that easy twist. Releasing your hand down towards the mat now, just to support you. You can lower that knee should you wish, or we're going to raise our arms all the way up, high lunge here. That's it, beautiful. We're going to twist the same way, so left arm forward, right arm back, expand from the heart. Inhale back to your center, open out, just almost like a warrior two, but not quite. Inhale back towards center, bring your hands into prayer, lift that energy up to the sky. Make sure that left foot is pushing back if you're taking that back bend, squeeze the glute. And then slowly folding down like you're bowing forward on the inside of that leg. Releasing your hands, toe heel the right foot to the edge of the mat. Lower that left knee down and then sweep your right arm all the way open. You can stay here, or you can come onto the tips of the fingers or use your block, bending that left foot in. Probably being helped quite a bit by that quad stretch up the wall. And we're just going to breathe into that quad as we open the hip. Nice, big, juicy breaths here. And then slowly we release that foot without it slingshotting to the floor. We bring the hands down inside that leg. We're just going to take a little lizard. So let's just open up a little bit here. Maybe just rotating around just so we feel the anatomy of our hip space and how it is today. And it will change and it will vary. It will not always be the same. Begin to press your hips forward, and then maybe you go a little deeper onto your forearms, or maybe that block is going to be your ally, your support that you need today. Just see if you can allow all that tension to melt away. Everything that feels heavy within your body, let it melt. You don't need to carry it with you. One big releasing breath here. Slowly begin to walk your hands away from that block, bringing that maybe to the top of your mat. Take your right leg all the way back behind you. Your bottom is kind of sticking up towards the sky, kind of a bit exaggerated, so you don't go into a child's pose. We lengthen our arms out long and we melt the chest down. Again, if you feel uncomfortable, you can just bend the elbows a little. You can support your head here. Do whatever you feel. And breathe that softness into your body. Let all of those hard edges melt away. Okay, from here, we're going to come and sit on our knees for a moment. We are then going to maybe have the block nearby or your blanket. Bring your hands on the thighs and just roll the shoulders back and just feel open. Feel that relationship between the energy moving from your heart to the head. We're going to magnify that even more now by taking our hands behind us, interlacing the hands, lengthening them down towards the bottom, and then we're going to lift up with the chest and then slowly pulling your core in because you don't want to collapse here. You're going to drip feed your body, and where you might end up might be here, and that is perfect. Don't feel you have to go any deeper. Trust your intuitive nature, or you're going to ease the crown of the head down towards the floor, and you can pop a block there. And once the head is rested, maybe you can take the arms up a little bit more. Really beautiful stretch for the whole back line of the body, staying with it, not pushing too deep, not going too far, but that just enough point where you feel that beautiful release. And then slowly, literally release the hands down to the floor. Bring your head away from the mat. Press your palms into the floor. Let's find that downward facing dog once again. And it might be that you need to keep moving in your down dog, or you might be thinking, no, I'm connecting more to the energy of stillness. As long as you're using your own intuition, that's all that matters. Let's take a big, beautiful breath here in this down dog. And then let it go. Slowly walking your feet to the top of your mat. From this position, let's gently drop the chin down and roll up bone by bone as we come all the way up to standing. Rolling the shoulders back, collarbones broaden here. From here, let's inhale, take our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, take the left arm behind us, right arm comes forward. Inhale, arms up. Taking your right arm back now, left arm forward. Maybe follow the gaze with your eyes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands into prayer. And then maybe you take that back bend a little deeper. Squeeze the glutes to support you. Press the hips forward. And then slowly easing out of it. So super slowly and controlled. From here, inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back, right leg. Inhale, your arms are going to come all the way up. Let's take that right arm forward, left arm back, really expand here. Inhale to center. Let's take the arms out the opposite way, finding a sense of space. Inhale, your arms come up. Bring your hands into prayer at the third eye and just hold. Now, can you connect with that left foot on the floor? Can you push down a little deeper and take your right leg back behind you for a warrior three? Lifting it up. Okay, can you release your hands down to the floor or your block? Now, what you're going to do here is squeeze that right knee next to your left knee. So both knees are bent and you're kind of tucking everything in. So I'm dropping the crown of my head down towards the mat. I'm going to bring my left hand behind my left calf. Keep the crown of the head dropping down as you take your right leg up. Now, it doesn't matter if your leg is not super straight. You can just feel that there is a sensation of your one leg going up as your body descends lower in standing split. Let's hold for 1, 2, 3. Release that right foot down towards the mat. From here, inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back now with your left leg. Inhale, we sweep our arms up to the sky. Exhale, take your left arm forward, right arm back. Expand, push that left heel back. Inhale to center. Let's take it the other way, opening yourself up. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Bring your hands into prayer. And from here, you're going to start to bring a bit more weight into that right foot. Now, even if you just lift that left foot up for a moment, expand here. Can you grow a little bit more? Lifting and lengthening, hip bones square to the mat. And then gently release your hands to the floor. Tuck that left knee in now towards the right, making your body really small. Now, your left fingertips can stay on the floor like a little tent. And then your right hand goes behind that right calf, drop the head down, and then start to lengthen that left leg up. Reaching up, and you can take that hand away and hold on to the leg if you want, but if you're not feeling that balance today, that's okay. Breathe here. Lifting up high, use the glute, drop it down. And then slowly gather that left foot in. From here, we're going to bend the knees an awful lot. Bring the fingertips towards the mat. Bring your hands into prayer. And we just bring our hands here. Roll those shoulders back. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Can you bring your hands to that third eye space, just trusting your intuitive nature? If you want to make this harder, close your eyes. Feel into those wobbles. Ooh, that really changes things with the eyes closed. And then slowly we release our hands down to the floor. We're going to bring our whole self onto the ground, having this strap, that one we made earlier, kind of vibe going on with the hammock. What we will come into hammock, or you can have a strap, or if you don't have any of those things, we'll just take a hamstring stretch. So from here, let's lie down on the earth. And you're going to just bring your right ankle onto that left knee. We're going to take a beautiful supine pigeon. So lifting your right foot up away from the mat, lifting your left foot up rather, flexing your right toes, and then holding on to your left leg. Now, if you notice your head is tilting back like that, probably not a great thing for your neck. So just pop a pillow or a block underneath your head, and that will just make it easier. If your hips are on the tighter side, you'll probably feel the benefit of having something under the head like that. Okay, so from here, I just want you to sway side to side with your body. And you might discover a little part of you where you're like, oh, that's the tightest bit. So for me, that is here. So I want you to just stay there. Breathe into that spot. Release any tension away. Keeping the toes flexed will really help to protect your knees. They are precious. We want to protect them. And let's just breathe into that hip space for about 3 more breaths. And then slowly bringing yourself back towards center. We're going to take our strap now. I'm going to move this blanket away so you can see a little clearer. I've got my strap and I want to take the buckle end and keep it away from my face. So I'm going to bring the strap around the base of my head so it just lines up with the top of my ears. Okay, now you're going to then lie down on the earth and then bring your right foot into that strap And there's going to be enough tension so you can, that's why you have your buckle further away from you so you can adjust the belt should you need to. If you've only got little legs like me, if you've got long legs, sorry, a hamstring stretch might be better. So I'm pushing my foot into that belt and I'm lifting my shoulders away from the floor. And it's a really beautiful position to just develop a sense of trust that you are supported, that you are held. It's a great one for releasing tension through the neck. It's a great migraine reliever as well. So one that I come back to very, very frequently. And I just want you to get the sense of stability as you hold this posture. You're going to be here for about 5 more breaths. And if this, for any reason, isn't resonating with you, that you've hurt your head, just slip the belt away and just take a beautiful hamstring stretch, no pressure. Go with what feels right to your intuitive body. Connect and trust that. Just one more breath here. And then we just take our hands to that belt. We ease that strap away from around the neck. And just for a moment, just let that leg melt to the floor. Let it ease, let it soften, and just feel the difference between right and left. Maybe those tingling sensations are present. Maybe it's heavier. Doesn't matter what you notice as long as you are noticing, as long as you are feeling. From here, let's then ease into the other side. So we bend that right knee so we can press our left ankle onto it, making that figure 4. We then take hold of that right thigh and just bring it closer towards us. And then we can start to feel that gentle rocking. It's rhythmical, it's moving with your breath. And if you don't have any tender spots, then lucky you. You can just stay with this rocking. But if you notice one, I think for mine, it's coming a little bit more this way. So I'm going to stay here. Breathe into it. You can also use your left elbow to press that knee open a little bit more. Gaining that space and that release that you need in your hips. And then slowly we're going to release that foot down and take hold of our belts again for our final posture of this practice. The hammock on the other side. Remember, you can just take your legs, your hands to your leg should you wish if you don't have the strap. If you have the strap, we bring it just above the ears so that it's not hanging on the neck because that would not be very relaxing. It needs to be just at the very top there. That's it. And it's just easing down. If your leg of the right leg doesn't enjoy being long, you can keep it bent. Do what feels right to you. And then take your hands away from the body, palms facing up, flexion through that foot so that you're lifting and easing through the neck and shoulders. And breathe that sense of softness through your whole self, knowing that you are supporting yourself here. There's no reason to look externally for that support. You already have it here on your mat, being cultivated by you and you alone. Just 5 more breaths here to go. And then slowly releasing that strap from around the base of your neck. Let the left leg ease to the mat. And just let your whole self soak in all that beautiful energy from your practice. Bathing it, marinate in all that you've done. Now, if you have time on your mat today to stay in Shavasana, to marinate in all that beautiful energy that your practice has created, and please do just let the sound of my voice drift away. You're feeling like you need to come back into the body to step away from your practice for whatever reason. We start gently with the extremities, just moving the fingers and toes really lightly, really softly. Gently bringing some ease back into the body, that awareness back into the body, little cracks. I wonder if you heard that from my ankle. And then we sweep the arms back behind us, stretching through the toes, stretching through the fingers. And if there's a little sigh, a yawn, just let it happen. And then gather your knees in towards you, holding yourself here with gratitude and appreciation for the time that you've spent listening and cultivating that connection to your intuition. Gently ease yourself over onto your side and pause there for a moment. And then start to use your hands to guide you from the earth to come to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Maybe away from the wall now in that seat of meditation. And let's just bring our hands to the knees and just roll the shoulders back and just see how you feel. Strong and supported by your practice, by your intention to connect. On your next inhalation, sweep your arms up towards the sky like you're reaching up and just gathering all that intuitive knowledge, wisdom from everywhere. And then let's ease it back to that third eye space. Pausing with our thumbs there at the third eye. Reminding ourselves that our wisdom and our knowledge and our intuition are powerful. To learn to build that trust. And then ease that prayer down to the space of your heart. Take a moment here to acknowledge the connection of head and heart and head evenly balanced. We're going to finish this practice with one big, beautiful releasing breath. Inhale deeply and then let it go. Bow your head in thanks and recognition of your wisdom, of all the wisdom that is held in the body, for all the knowledge that is already present that you don't have to search externally for. It's already in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that intuitive flow. Nice way to kind of feel some deep, deep stretches using the support of the wall, and to remember that your practice can support you if you're feeling a little untethered, a little bit in need. you don't have to look elsewhere. You can take some space on your mat and find what you're looking for. So thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again.